Hello, I'm David Dickinson. My job is to help you, members of the public, to get the very best price for your antiques and valuables. Our dealers can be a bit of a handful, but so can I. Did I hear Mr. Hakeney, sir, offer the lowly price of £50? That's my price. That's what I'm going to give.
Yeah.
And you can go away, because I'm not giving any more. I find on every show, our sellers are becoming more canny, more savvy.
I wanted 100 plus.
I think you're a little bit shy.
Are they going to take cash? Are they going to gamble and go to auction? Who cares? As long as they get the real deal.
We're in Bradford and people are eagerly flocking through the doors to see our dealers.
Tracy and Beth.
First up to see Tim Hogarth is Bethany and Tracy, and they want money for a very worthy cause. So, what have you got, girls?
We bought a Royal Worcester figurine, the Lovers, and we are hoping to get roughly about £250, if not a bit more. All the money that we raised today from selling the figurine goes to where we work, Overgate Hospice.
Feeling charitable then, Tim?
It's probably not the most commercial of items at this moment in time, but I do know that it's for a very good cause.
That's the spirit.
So, somebody has donated this to the Overgate charity shop?
Yes, they donated it to our shop in Soby Bridge and said, take that and see what you can do with it.
Do you know anything about it?
We know it's pre-1900s, and it's called the Lovers, and it's Royal Worcester.
You're like a double act, you two.
Yes, we are.
You finish it.
We spend too much time together, that's the problem.
Right, let's have a look at it. Here we have, very faintly there, the Royal Worcester mark. Royal Worcester is perhaps the greatest porcelain manufacturer in England, you know.
Yes,
makes
definitely.
the most wonderful things, top quality. Everything's hand painted, hand decorated. And this group is Faust. So this is a little bit of history for you now.
Right.
And this is Margot.
Margot.
Right, and Faust is a character from a book written in the 18th century. Now, Dr. Faust here is quite keen on Margot.
We can see that.
Yes, yeah.
It's a bit illicit.
And she's here with the flower and she's going, he loves me not. Right, well, the good news is that it's worth money, decent-ish money. The bad news is that maybe 10 years ago it was worth a bit more than it is today.
Yeah.
Are we ready, girls?
We are ready.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do the real deal for Overgate.
Let's have a good.
50, 100,
I like the look of them.
150
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah, no.
No.
Not close.
No.
Matt.
Well, what about £200, girls?
Bethany and
No.
Tracy.
It is.
Okay.
Hello.
Now, this is for charity, isn't it?
It is
Yes.
for charity.
And because it's for charity, our auctioneer has very kindly said he would not deduct any commission. So that's going to make quite a difference when it comes to
brilliant.
the estimation here. We have a 150 to 200 and we have a 150 to 250. I think £200 is a very decent offer in the present climate. I'd like to see a bit more. See if you can be a little bit more generous with the ladies.
Thank you.
You love it, you two, don't you? You love being here.
David loves it.
Yeah.
£250.
No, I'm sure we can go a little bit more.
Would you go to 300?
Would you? Can we have it?
It's a wonderful charity.
It's a very wonderful
Very,
charity.
very wonderful charity.
I tell you what about 270?
I don't know if we should take it to auction and gamble, give it...
Yeah. Give it a gamble at auction.
Oh,
It is scary because we're doing it for somebody else.
Yeah.
I think
it's not our money, is it?
So we're going to auction.
You're tough cookies, you two, aren't you? 300 are you going to auction?
Oh, for a good cause.
It is for a very good cause, and I am going to save you going to auction. I'm going to give you £300, ladies. Have we got a deal?
We have a deal.
Thank you,
Tracy.
Thank you very much.
Beth.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Tim, you big softy. The girls had you wrapped round their little fingers, but all for a good cause. Let's head over to Brenda Haller's table, where Barbara's brought in 2 anti-smoking prints and a little secret to share with you at home.
Well, I did go to an auction and paid £10 for these, but I'm not going to tell Brenda.
They couldn't have come to a better person, these pictures, because I am so anti-smoking, I can't tell you.
You could be in luck, Barbara.
How long have you had these pictures?
Only a few days.
A few days. Where did you get them from?
I got them from an auction.
Did you?
Yes.
Right. And do you know anything about them?
I don't really know. I thought they were cute.
Okay. Well, they're pine frames, so I think they're all fairly original to a period of 1870.
Yes.
That's what I feel. And I think we've got a story here. I think this is a little cabin boy, and he's been very naughty.
Yes.
He's sneaked into the tobacco pot, got a cigar and smoking it. And then, feels sick.
Yes.
So I think he's learnt his lesson.
Yes.
In 1870, there was an act of Congress to forbid certain things, or restrictions on alcohol, gunpowder and tobacco.
Yes.
So I think these are an advert from that particular time. They are prints, they're not actual watercolours. Okay. Shall I put some money on the table?
Please.
Please. 10? £20. So £30.
Not impressed with that, Babs, are you?
No, I'm not.
Well, there's something about this pair of prints. I think they bring a smile to the face. The estimation from the auctioneer and the independent valuers are pretty similar, as low as 20, as high as 40. £30 is right in the middle. Not a bad offer, considering the condition. Your call. If you want to go to auction, we can take you there. Will they bring 40? Will they bring 50? I don't know. They're amusing and they're interesting.
There you go.
Could you please put another one of those on the table, Brenda?
No. No, Babs. I'm sorry, £30 would be a limit on those for me.
Well, what about 35 then?
I tell you what I'll do is I'll put £5 for cancer relief from you and me.
Right, yes.
And that makes it all right for me. Does it make it all right for you?
Yes, that's all right for me.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. I kept tight-lipped and I didn't tell her how much I paid, and now I've got £20 profit.
Well done, Barbara. And an extra £5 for charity too. Coming up, Joe's playing hardball.
Well, I was thinking in excess of £100.
Yeah, that wasn't, sadly.
And David Hakeney's taking it one step too far.
We shan't call him Dandy Dave anymore. We'll call him Meanie Dave. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Susan has brought David Hakeney something that's caught his attention.
I think medals are a very interesting subject. I think the story behind most of these medals is so interesting, and there really are hot things at the moment.
And we know you like to be on trend, David.
You brought some very nice medals here.
Thank you.
Are these part of the family, or...?
No, they belong to a lady that I used to look after. I think they were her father's She said she'd no family. She asked me to be a family, so... And I looked after her for about 10 years. So.
Right, I see, yeah. So you really can't tell me all the story on these medals.
I can't.
And that's the most intriguing thing about medals like this, you know, the history of them. These are Second World War. This one's quite interesting here. This one's Malaya, Palestine, 1945, 1948. And these are the little ones, copies for wearing on your suit. Not a medal expert, but the medal market has been fantastic in the last few years, really has. Medals have gone up, especially for bravery and things like that. But it's a very specialised subject.
Right.
So, what did you think they might be worth, Susan?
Oh, I have a good idea.
You've got a good idea. Well, I'll try and get some money out and see if we can do some business.
Okay.
What about £30? Is that any good to you?
No.
It's a definite no.
No.
£40?
No.
You know what these are worth, don't you? I think you know more about them than I do. I'm going to say £50. Here's some advice.
Did I hear Mr. Hakeney, sir, offer the lowly price of £50, sir? No, well, medals are doing quite well in the sale at the moment. I've spoke with our independent valuers. It is the Duke of Wellington's regiment, sir. Always desirable. 100 to 150 quid should fetch under the gavel somewhere around 120, 130. A bit of commission taken off. So what's on the table, I'm afraid, is not good. Okay, to auction. And we shan't call him Dandy Dave anymore, we'll call him Meanie Dave.
I know that wasn't a good bid, Susan. I really do think the auction room is the place for these. That would be my professional advice to you. I think they'll do quite well. I think they might even do more than he said. I'll say £80, but I don't want you to take it. I know that sounds silly.
I'll go to auction then.
I think you'll enjoy the auction room.
Okay.
Thank you very much for bringing me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susan.
Let's go straight over to the sale room where auctioneer Rob Lee is eagerly waiting. Unfortunately, someone's gone AWOL.
Now, Susan can't make it to the auction today, so the Duke is looking after her interests. They're coming up now. There's a reserve of £100. Is he going to make the £100? Well, they're worth that. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's see what they make under the gavel.
Forced to start these at 75, 80, 85, 90, 95.
They're at 95. They're close to the reserve.
Gentleman seated at £100. Anybody else at 110? 110, 120 now, 130.
Yes.
140 with the internets. Anybody else 150? £140 bid on the internet. Hammer's going to drop at £140. Fair warning.
OK. Internet, they've gone on. £140. There is some commission to take away from that. Quick calculation, I make that £115. Susan, that's the amount we're sending you. Real deal.
She'll be very happy with that. £35 more than Mr. Hakeney's offer. Weighing in at Joe Brayshaw's table is John. What have you got for us?
I brought some sovereign scales and I would like round about £90 to 100.
I'm looking forward to seeing these. I like guinea scales, especially if they're really nice quality, and these, by the look of the little box, could be. How do you come to own guinea scales?
They belong to an uncle of mine who died about 20 years ago, and I've kept them ever since.
Lovely little set, aren't they? The coin goes on there. You weigh a guinea with it like that, and a half guinea by doing that. I like the fact they've even got the instructions. It's telling you how to use it, unless it's, if we can try and read. When you want to weigh quick, put the slide a farthing or two above the weight for safety. They didn't go to plain English, did they? And the maker stroke retailer, we don't know which one, paper document in the bottom. I guess they were from about 1820. You've done a little bit of research on the maker/retailers paper label, and
yeah.
You say they started retailing making
about 1817.
1817.
Yeah.
You don't see them often with the paper labels.
Correct.
But I see guinea scales quite regularly. Often just not as pleasing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah.
So do you have an idea what sort of money you want for them?
Well, I was thinking in excess of £100.
Yeah, that wasn't, sadly. So I don't think we're going to agree, John. Yeah, we'll start with a £50 note.
That's very generous of you, thank you.
If they were just a bog standard set and they didn't have the nice paper labels, I'd stick at the 50. But because of the labels, go to £80. But that's just because of the labels.
Yeah, well, we're moving forward. You're almost to the figure of 100 plus.
You see, I don't want to pay 100 plus. I want to pay less than £100 for them.
So, could we go another £10?
Another £10. Yeah, I think I will, because I do like them. So if we swap the 10 for a 20, and I'm paying £40 for your paper labels. The decision's yours.
You've put £90 on the table.
Yeah.
I wanted 100 plus. How about putting a different coloured one down?
Don't want to.
Like a fiver.
Don't want to. No, the fiver's me gin and tonic tonight when I get home.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. I need a gin and tonic when I get out of here. Joe, we've got a deal.
Smashing. Thanks very much. And thank you for bringing them in.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was excellent to sit down with Jo, and I think she did me proud.
I'm sure they'll find a home because they've got the labels. How easy it will be to find that home, that's the unknown.
You dealers say that sort of thing all the time. Coming up, does Brenda know something we don't?
£1,000.
It has rocked me a little bit. Brenda, £1,000, like that. What have we missed?
Find out after the break. Today we're in Bradford and people are still queuing to see our dealers.
Okay.
Let's pull up at Brenda's table where David has brought in so many toys he can't fit them on the table.
I brought in 446 cars in. I wanted roughly around £1,500.
But will Brenda go for them?
Believe it or not, I'm going to try and buy these. Shock horror, what's Brenda going to do with all these corgi things? I'm going to try.
Are you feeling all right, Brenda?
Right, so it's playtime, Dave. Where are these from?
I got them from my granddad. He left them in his will when he died. He died 11 years ago. He left 446 to me and my brothers in his will.
So there's 446 in total?
Yeah.
And you brought all these here today?
Yeah.
So what we've got here are Matchbox, one of the leading manufacturers, Corgi, and Britain's here. So they all seem to be sort of round about the 1980s era.
Yeah.
And the boxes are so important, which you've got a box for everyone?
Near enough everyone, yeah.
Near enough everyone.
Probably.
So it's a little bit of a gamble for me.
Yeah.
Because 400 and odd, we haven't got time to go through them all, have we? So, do you want me to put some money down?
See what you got, yeah.
Right, Dave, £1,000. A one and only offer.
Now, I've jumped in quickly so you can just take this in. Now, when Brenda puts £1,000 on the table like that, that tells me something. That tells me For a Yorkshire girl that can be rather careful with her finances, woo, in with £1,000. We've got estimations from both the auctioneer and the independent valuers at anywhere between £500 and £700. Now, I thought these estimates are crazy. It has rocked me a little bit. Brenda, £1,000, like that. What have we missed? But £1,000 talks. Cash is king.
Well, now it is very tempting, look. It's very tempting.
I think I'd much prefer to go auction.
What? Are you mad? He's a gambler, aren't you?
Yeah.
What can I say? Well, I tried, Dave. I really tried.
Cheers, thank
Grandad, has he done the right thing? I absolutely pray he gets more than £1,000, otherwise his siblings are not going to be happy with him.
£1,000 is an awful lot of money to turn down. Let's hope David's not made a terrible mistake. Time to head over to the sale room to find out.
Now, what we've tried to do is we've tried to maximise the potential here, and so we've split these up into 12 lots. The auctioneer thinks that's the best way to achieve the very best price for the total collection. 12 consecutive lots, then we'll add them all up, then we'll take away the commission, and then we'll know the final total. So the first lot's coming up, and there is a reserve of 60 quid. There is over 130 of these items in this group.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Has David done the right thing? We'll know shortly.
Fingers crossed there.
Fingers crossed.
Must start the mat. £60. 65 I need. 65.
There's hands in the air.
£70, sorry. 75, sir. 80.
There's competition in the room.
90,
I like it.
100, 110. 110, 100, gentlemen with his jacket. £100.
£100. Good start.
Anybody else want them? They're going to sell at £100.
First one away, 100 quid. Some good lots in this one. Fire engines, military items.
130 bid on commission. Needs to be 140. Anybody else in? They're going to go at 130. Sold.
130. OK. There's 50 die-cast models here. £100 reserve.
With me at 140. They're selling at £140.
Yeah. So far, so good. Keep your fingers crossed. There's 15 of these.
The next 5 lots all sell at or around their reserves.
They're going to sell at 30. They're going to sell at 60. Selling at £40. 100 bid on commission. Are we done? There's your answer.
Models are buses this time.
Needs to be 65 elsewhere.
Get rid of that one. Next one.
All done at 150 on commission.
That's £805 so far.
But there's only 3 lots left.
How are we doing? Happy? OK.
So far.
Seems a little bit nervous. Perhaps we were expecting a bit more.
100 bid, looking for 110. Elsewhere. So we're done.
Right, we're £905.
Just 2 lots left now.
£100 on commission. Anybody else at 110 selling at £100?
I make that £1,005. Last one coming up there. Reserve is £100.
85, 95, 100 bid. Must be 110. All done with me at £100. Have we done? Sold. Commission.
That's £1,105. The time we take the commission off that, there's £906. David, I can see the look on your face. You're a little bit disappointed. Yeah. And we also are a little bit disappointed. Brenda, her with the purse, put down the £1,000, and I have to say it, Brenda. You were right on the money, girl. We're all making fun, but you were right on the money. It's going to be split up between the 4 boys, but whatever you do with that money, you think of your granddad. That's the real deal.
Oh dear, David, you should have taken Brenda's 1,000.
Well, I tried, Dave. I really tried.
Back in the den, Russell has brought David a very stylish glass centrepiece. Where did you keep this?
It came out of a loft and it was left to my wife by her grandfather. My wife and I's expectation is somewhere around about 150 quid.
Still a good seller, but sadly the price isn't what it used to be. Well, you've brought a nice bit of Victorian glass here to show us today.
It's a bit flashy, isn't it?
Very nice, yes, it's the right colour.
It is.
It's a nice bit of cranberry glass.
It is.
So, is it something you've had a long time?
We've had it about 4 years, my wife and I, and as you can see, it's very, very delicate, and it's just a little bit different, yeah.
Yeah, well, this was so popular, cranberry glass of all types, but an Ypern, that's what they call it. Like
How
this.
did you say?
Ypern.
Ypern.
Yeah, it's table centrepiece. Probably put fruit round here and flowers in here. And it's the best colour, and to get this lovely cranberry colour, they mix gold in the manufacture of the glass to give it this lovely cranberry colour. And they do copy these things today, as they do most things in the antique world, but it's not quite the same colour, the glass, it just misses slightly, and it's probably a little bit thicker, but this is the real thing. About 1890, thereabouts.
It's the real thing.
It is. And why are you going to sell it, Russell?
My wife and I are looking at moving to Australia. It may be a little bit delicate to take over there, but we're also considering the fact it might be worth more in Australia than it is in England, so, but this is what we're here to find out.
So I'll get some money out, shall I, and see if we can have a deal. Well, there's £20, £40, £60. Are we warming up?
Well, you're very cold at the moment.
Oh, right, okay.
You can keep warm.
Going then, yeah. Well, £80, Russell. £100.
I don't mean to offend you, but I think you're a little bit shy.
Well, I'll keep going a little bit. £120, Russell.
Is that because it goes with your tie?
I don't think my wife would want it, sadly.
So 120, huh?
Does that sound good?
You'd have to stretch it.
Would I?
Yeah.
£140, Russell.
Just before you say anything, Russell, let me tell you what the independent valuers and what the auctioneers think and what I think.
Okay.
100 to 150 is the estimation. £140 on the table. Well worth the money. I think our dealer would be getting a good buy at that. I call him Dandy Dave, and I think possibly Dandy Dave could have the next dinner party with some little poses in that in his nice little cottage.
Don't think so. Well, Russell, there we are. I'm going to say to you, £150, and that's the maximum I'd want to give today.
And you're saying that with a straight face?
I certainly am. I think it's a damn good bid.
So if you change that for one of those,
no.
Can we have a deal?
No, I'm going to stick the 150. I think it's a good bid.
You're a hard man to do business with.
No, I'm very generous.
Let's take 150.
Oh, you're done right.
Russell got exactly what he wanted. Pleased?
I would have liked a bit more, but the outcome was I was very happy with.
Well, I think I've given enough money for it, but it's a nice centrepiece, Ypern, and I think there might be a small profit in it, I hope.
He doesn't sound very confident, does he?
I understand you're Shirley.
Coming up,
Yes.
what's going on at Joe's table?
I'm really sorry, I'm a bit of a disappointment, aren't I?
Yes.
I don't have to agree quite so readily.
Come on, Joe, you can do better, surely. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
I'm Joe.
On Joe's table, Shirley's items have come from the other side of the world.
I brought in a terracotta teapot and a vase, Chinese. I'd like at least £130 and more if I could get it.
One of them I like the look of, one I'm not so keen on, and I would guess I'd like to pay about £40, £50 for them.
Oh dear, you two are miles apart.
Can I like to tell me how you got them, how long you've had them, what the crack is?
Well, when I was a little girl, my mother used to take me to the market stall in Hull.
Hull, right? We're a bit from Hull here, but...
Yes, antique stall, and she was a regular visitor there. I wondered how they got here, to this country. Really.
Well, there was a lot of Chinese ware imported. I mean, these, I would guess, date from about 1900, 1910, something like that. Well, this is quite a nice terracotta vase. It's very crisp and clean, and there's no damage. Yeah. It's got this dragon. He kind of curls round it, doesn't he? I quite like that. I quite like the shape, and I like the dragon. He's quite smart, isn't he? The little teapot. I'm not so struck on the teapot. Again, it has this kind of dragon spout, doesn't it?
Yes.
So now that you've decided to part with them, we have to discuss that horrible subject of money.
No.
Oh, I know, it's so crass.
Yes.
How much do you want for them? Oh,
I'm not quite sure. I'll let you
make me
decide. Yes.
£20.
No.
£30.
Not at all.
Not at all. See, I only really like the big one. Take that away. Put £40 down.
Oh. No, sorry.
£50. Do you want to have a word with David?
Oh, I do.
You
yes,
do? Yeah.
Please.
I think that might be wise, and here he comes.
Well, Shirley, I'm quite impressed with your Chinese terracotta items. Let me tell you where the independent valuers and the auctioneer are, and they are 100 to 150, 150 to 200
I'm miles out.
I have a feeling the 150 to 2 is not a bad estimation, putting the two items together. But I'll leave you with Jo. She's not biting as much today.
Not
she's
really.
normally, she's normally, that's my price, that's what I'm going to give.
Yeah.
And you can go away, because I'm not giving any more. That's what she normally says.
Thanks for the press.
She's a bit quiet today. You're all right today?
Yeah, I'm fine. A bit warm, but I'm fine.
Just in case, because, she's so opinionated. I like her because she's opinionated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm a million miles away.
You are.
I am, aren't I?
I thought that.
I'm really sorry. I'm a bit of a disappointment, aren't I?
Yes.
You don't have to agree quite so readily.
I think I'll go to auction.
You're going to auction? I think that's a good... Yes, since I've been such a skinflint. I think,
yes, I think so.
Yeah. All the best with them at auction. Thanks for coming in.
I am looking forward to going to the auction, and I hope to get my 130.
High hope, Shirley, but will your gamble pay off in the sale room?
You turned down 50 quid.
Yeah.
They're here, they're up for grabs in the room. Are they going to bring the £100 reserve?
£60. Sorry, 65.
Straight in, £65.
Needs to be 70 elsewhere. Must be 70 for two items. With me at 65. Anybody else want to join in? With me, it's gonna go at 65.
Business is funny at the moment. OK, they got up to 65 quid. They didn't make their reserve, so they didn't sell. Now, are you disappointed?
No, not too bad. No.
Well, they're nice items. They're worth more than that.
Yes.
On the day, the right buyer was not here in the room and they didn't sell. I'm going to say the real deal was with Jo Brayshaw at 50 quid. Jo, you were on the money.
Never mind, Shirley. At least you can enjoy them that little bit longer. Now, Susan has something that's got Tim very intrigued.
No idea what the contents of this box is, but I'm very excited to look in it because it is my favourite occupation is rooting through boxes, so bring it on. What have you got in here?
Well, it's quite interesting. You have a look.
I'm going to reveal. Oh, this is my favourite sort of box, this.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Right.
So I'm going to pull out what is worth some money. That's not worth anything.
All right. Oh, shame.
And that's not. But Seek and ye shall find. We've got a gold chain here. Then these pair of gold cufflinks. This is quite a lucrative little box, this, isn't it? Are these items that you've bought, Susan, or are they family pieces?
One of the rings is my late mother's engagement ring. Another one is a late auntie's engagement ring. But unfortunately, the rings are a little bit small for me to wear.
And lurking in the bottom of here, we've got a full sovereign.
Those sovereigns were given to me by a very old gentleman when I was about 4 years old.
Is that gold?
That's gold with an opal.
It is, yeah.
And those are gold with pearls, those little earrings.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Right, okay.
I am very impressed.
Right, very good.
So, will you be impressed by my offer? That's what we've got to say.
That remains to be seen.
You're not giving anything away, are you, Susan?
No, nothing at all.
50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 450 pounds.
No, I wasn't banking on the 450.
What were you banking on? 350 then, Susan?
No, not exactly. No, a bit more than that.
Well,
right, this is the...
You've come to the right man, first of all, because Goldfinger, I call him, because he's normally a good buyer of gold, normally. £500 is the very lowest estimation, 650 is perhaps the highest. We would like to see Mr. Goldfinger some more money, allowing for a profit, should he have to break this down and sell it as gold bullion, of course. So, go to it.
Right. 450, 550 pounds.
That seems quite a reasonable offer.
That's not a reasonable offer, that's a very good offer.
You couldn't just stretch it just a little bit. Another 20?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
Really?
Absolutely.
Not even a tenner?
Not even a tenner, Susan.
There's quite a lot on that table.
There is, but if I were giving tenners out willy-nilly, there wouldn't be, would there?
Right. OK then, Tim. We'll have a deal.
Thank you, Susan.
Right, OK.
You're hard work, you, aren't you?
The money now is going to be well spent on home improvements.
Gosh, was she tough. Tough cookie. But the best deal was here on the table. She would have lost money going to auction, and that's why I was tough with her.
And it's been a tough day for our dealers too. David wasn't confident about the glass Epergne.
Well, I think I've given enough money for it, but I think there might be a small profit in it, I hope.
Oops, a small loss actually. Jo didn't do much better. She let the Oriental terracotta go to auction, and she probably wished she hadn't bought the guinea scales.
I'm sure they'll find a home because they've got the labels. How easy it will be to find that home, that's the unknown.
Not very is the answer. They're still homeless.
Hello, Dave.
Brenda slapped £1,000 on the table for the toy cars.
Right, Dave. £1,000.
And was gutted when David chose to take them to auction.
What? Are you mad?
But she was determined to buy Barbara's 19th century educational prints.
They couldn't have come to a better person, these pictures, because I am so anti-smoking, I can't tell you.
And she made £20 profit. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Tim was pushed into paying £550 for the content of Susan's jewellery box.
Thank you.
But still sold it on for £600. However, after Bethany and Tracy pushed him all the way for the Royal Worcester figurines.
I think
it's not our money, is it?
We're going to auction.
You're tough cookies, you two, aren't you?
They landed him with a whopping loss of £110. But at least his money went to a good cause, and the girls were happy. Well done.
Okay?
Yep.
Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. TTFN, ta-ta for now.